to eyes for just a moment. Sitting head, neck, and trunk straight. Chin is parallel to the floor. And let's begin Kapalabhati, either at my rhythm or your rhythm, you decide. Saviryam Karvavae Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's move straight into the Soham practice. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Head, neck, and trunk straight, chin parallel, elbows underneath the shoulders. Perhaps it's time to just quickly scan. scan. Okay, finish the hum, pause just long enough to switch so the opposite leg is in lead position, and go back to so hum. Just doing this to notice what it changes, how it changes. Do you have the same stillness? So shifting the body can create these agitations, which, what does that do to the mind? So just a couple more rounds. We want stillness at all times in all things. So sometimes just a shift can change that. Can give it to us or take it away from us. But can you reclaim it? That's where the practice comes in. Now preparing for nature the ayamam. Place an imaginary clock in front of the eyes. Open the eyes, taking the gaze to 12. 1, 2, 3, touching all points of the periphery. Next time the eyes approach 12, center, blink and shut. Keeping that imaginary clock there, opening the eyes, returning the gaze to 12, this time going counterclockwise. Next time the eyes approach 12, center, blink and shut. Bringing the right hand thumb up 6 inches in front of the nose, left hand behind, thumb up, opening the eyes, focusing on the front thumb, seeing 2 thumbs behind. Alternating to the back, 2 in front. Moving between the 2. Next time the eyes approach the front thumb, release the thumb, center the eyes, blink and shut. Allowing the eyes to soften to the back of the skull, bringing the palms together, rubbing them together, getting lots of heat, lots of energy. When you feel the heat, cup the palms over the eyes, taking the energies from the crown chakra, directing it through the arms, forms, palms, back into those eyes. Once the heat begins to dissipate, gently give temples, cheeks, eyes, neck, shoulders, anywhere that needs any extra touch or healing. Okay, go ahead, open the eyes, push the legs forward. So we have some options here. If you are comfortable sitting on the heels, I want you to sit on the heels. So within the options, we have options. If you're not comfortable sitting on the heels, sit on a block. So take the block to the butt. If this isn't going to work for you, sit cross-legged. If cross-legged is not going to work with you, sit with the legs out. And if you're sitting cross-legged, I'll remind you to switch to the opposite leg and lead for a bit. So interlace the fingers right at the base of the head, and then you're going to take it, turn to the right, come back through center, take it to the left, come back through center. So make sure you're doing it nice and slow. Don't let the hips shift, which means the knees are going to shift. So try to keep everything stationary. Try to keep everything in one position, just the torso turning. Good evening, Miss Bradshaw. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Ruthie. Hello, friend, Miss Conway. So take it nice and slow. You might notice that one side feels a little bit stickier. Perfectly normal. Now, if you want to, when you turn, so if you're going to the right, let the right arm open out behind you, bring it back, come back through center, switch it, left arm opens. If you were cross-legged, go ahead and switch the legs. Same thing, don't let the knees move. So if that means we don't twist as much, we don't twist as much. Perfectly fine. Just a couple more times now. So finish it out so that you're balanced, so that you've hit the last side, so that you've matched it up. And then immediately come over to all fours. Keep the legs together. Left hand to the center, right arm up. Switch it.
Knees are together.
Yeah. Find the gaze that feels good when you go up. You don't have to shift the head at all. So if you finish this set, maybe do 3 more with the right, 3 more with the left. Keep the legs together, press back, downward facing dog. Take the right hand somewhere along the left leg, if you can take it down to the ankle. Twist it, so turn. So if you're here at the house, you turn towards the porch. Come back, reset, downward facing dog, switch it. So doing that a few times. So you reset when you come back to dog, you reset, so that means press back, get a little extra length, and then go into that twist again. Okay, the next time you're hooking the right leg, pause there. You can stay right here and just work on the twist. That's perfectly fine. If you are okay, begin to lift the left leg up. Just work on with some balance. Nothing says the left leg has to lift super high. You're going to feel differences between the two sides. Release that leg. Come back to downward facing dog. Let's pause in downward facing dog for 2 to 3 breaths. So really reset it here. I want you to get length in the spine. Bend the knees. Feel like you're really trying to take the sitting bones up towards the sky now. So take the legs straight, but not all the way straight. So we want the the sitting bones to create arches. Okay, after your second or third breath, second hand, you go into that twist. If you feel inclined, you lift the second leg up. But nothing says, oh, I have to lift this leg up. This is where we challenge, but we don't strain. There's that fine line between challenge and strain. And you're the only one that can figure that out, distinguish that for yourself. Right, it's just like tapas. Tapas is different for all of us. Tapas is fire purification, right? You guys know so much about tapas. Couple more breaths here. We talked a bit about it yesterday. Sri Yukteswar said tapas is patience. I think that's something we need to really think about. So if you are in the midst of a crisis, okay, so go ahead and release that hand, reset, downward facing dog. Drop back down to the knees, the legs are still touching. Right leg wraps in front, if that's going to work for you. You can have blocks if you want. You can put blankets underneath, balls of the feet, tops of the feet, whatever works. Right hand to the center, left arm up. So same thing. So we're going nice and slow here, but we're keeping the movement. So alternating between the two sides. So let's think about tapas in terms of patience. Right, if something is spinning out of control, that you perceive that's spinning out of control in your life, and you want to react to it. You want to scream, you want to punch something, you want to cry, you want to blame someone, you want to defend yourself. Anytime you want to defend yourself, that's the ego. The ego needs to defend itself. The soul does not. The ego wants to justify why I'm right, why I did that, why you don't understand, kind of thing. But tapas, if we think of it as patience, so say there's something really crazy happening in your life. You're waiting for some sort of news. How do you handle that? Do you cry? Do you lament? Do you bitch to other people? Or do you wait patiently for the outcome because you know the outcome is exactly as it should be because that's what God wants? Not reacting is tapas. Patience is tapas. Okay, finish it out so that you're balanced. Then I want you to walk it back. So you're standing on the knees. Right arm underneath if you can. You can have hands to the hips, to the heart. You can fully extend. Whatever you need to do here. If you want to add a little bit of a back bend, you feel free, but it is not required. But tapas it's different for every person because we're all at different stages of awareness. We've talked about this, right? Somebody who is really obese and addicted to Reese cups and eats 20 Reese cups a day. Tapas for them could be eating 19 Reese cups instead of 20. Go ahead, release. Immediately, all four switch legs, and we start that going back and forth again. So what looks like tapas to you could be very different for someone else. What looks like tapas to me could be very different. There's no place to judge. Tapas is about purifying. And if we're not reacting, that means we're not expecting a certain outcome. We're trusting, we're having faith, we're cultivating patience. I was thinking about that today. So G and I went for a bike ride this afternoon, and he had gone out to get the bikes out, and I had to pee, so I was going to meet him out with the bikes. In the meantime, the boys didn't realize I was still in the house, and G had gone out, so they started crying and lamenting and being their extreme selves. And Rishi was in the kitchen. Robbie came in And he saw me because I thought, okay, I'm just going to stand here for a minute just to see. So I was standing in the bathroom. Robbie saw me. He stopped his singing. Rumi then saw me and stopped his singing. Rishi was still going full throttle. And then Rishi realized that he wasn't getting help. So he came to see what was happening.
Why aren't you joining me?
Don't you know we're supposed to be sad?
Come back up.
And then he saw me, and then the crying stopped. But it's like, how many times do we cry and we fret and we worry and we create so much misery for ourselves and others without just accepting, just being patient with what's happening? The boys know we're going to return. Okay, finish this out and then come up to that knees position. And then we feed off of each other. Which is no good at all. Something that started out as small, suddenly you get with a group of people and, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. But just like that, as soon as Ravi saw, he stopped, and then Rumi stopped. You know, it's that thing, walking into a room with 15 people crying. Do you add that person crying? Do you add anxiety? Do you add worry to the world? And think about any situation that you've been in that you've been so worried about. Did worry affect the outcome at all? No, the only thing that it did was affect you and your own health. And the energy around you and the energy of those people around you. So we can be better at tapas, at patience, if we do our practice. Everything goes back to faith. And release, unwind, take it back. So now all fours, but I want the legs, so hips, knees right underneath the hips. Slide the knees back about 2 inches from the hip pointers. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. So you should have about 6 or so inches between the feet. Take your right hand, and your right hand's gonna flip back, so it's gonna go in between the feet, palm down. Left hand forward, and now I want you to feel like you're trying to separate the mat. Like you're trying to make 2 little mats, 2 more gnome mats. Put some effort into it. This shouldn't be an easy pose. This should require some effort here on your part. Pull it apart. You're probably getting a bit of a twist in here too. Switch. So here's a question for you. How happy are you at present with your life? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so much, 1 being very happy. Or 10 being very happy, 1 being not feeling it, 10 being super, super happy. Tug that mat apart. Okay, come back to that downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank. From forward plank, keep the torso facing the mat, but bring the hips over towards the left, come back. So we're not trying to spin the torso at all. Keep the torso parallel to the mat, turn the hips to the right, turn the hips to the left. $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to a normal plank, press back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Grab the right ankle, thigh, calf, whatever you can grab. With the left hand, bring the right arm up. Go into another twist. Okay, so back to this happiness question. So, if you lost all of your money, how happy would you be? If you lost all of your jewelry, how happy would you be? If you lost the house you live in, how happy would you be? Switch sides. If you lost the vehicle you drive, how happy would you be? If you had to be part of public transportation from here on out, how happy would you be? If you had to go start selling plasma to make ends meet, how happy would you be? If you lost your beloved, how happy would you be? If you lost your child or children, how happy would you be? If you had to wear the ugliest outfit that you could imagine for the rest of your life, how happy would you be? If you couldn't use clothing to draw attention to yourself, right? Name brands, if name brands is your thing. Go ahead, release back to the first side. So if any of those things would affect your level of happiness, you are putting more emphasis on the world, on creation than the creator. Your Maya has its grips on us, right? Attachment. It does not mean we don't have responsibilities to fulfill, but everything belongs to God. So if God should want it back, shouldn't God have the right to take it back? Switch sides. And shouldn't we be okay with that? Why should that affect our happiness? Why should we blame God? Because we don't have faith. It's really as simple as that. Faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain, right? And release, open the arms, bring it all the way up. Come to the wall. If you have a wall at home, go to the wall. Otherwise, feel free to do this at standing. Okay, so what you're going to do, try to have about one leg length away, and you're going to bring your right foot up. And I want the right thigh parallel to the floor. Push the right leg straight. You can have a little bend in it. You can have a little bend in the left leg as well too. Okay, now, so you're going to alternate. So interlace the hands. Same thing that we did with the hands. So interlace the hands. You're going to turn to the right. Keep pushing the right leg nice and straight. Come back through center. Then you push the arms straight and you take it to the right. Come back through center. Okay, I'm going to readjust this so they can see at home what y'all are doing. So going back and forth now. So then you interlace the hands at the back of the head. Turn to the right. Come back through center. Push the arms straight. Take it to the right. So you know what you're doing now. Keep doing. Press firmly with both feet into the mat or the ground and into the wall. You can have micro bends. A few more times. Okay, now listen to the next one. So you're going to take the left hand, slide it to the right leg somewhere on the outside, press into it, turn, and begin to open the right arm up. And then, so you're going to lower it down. So now the right arm is parallel to the floor and the ceiling. Decide where you want to gaze. Okay, if you can, pull the right foot away from the wall, just about an inch. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it. Now take hands on either side of the leg, so come back to the front. Hands on either side of the leg and just come forward, just stretch it out. If you can take the hands to the wall, take the hands to the wall. If that's not working for you, that's fine. Same thing. If you can pull the leg away and stay in that position, or you can come up and pull it away and then go back to the position. So just about 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. If you need to give that leg a shake, give it a shake. And then let's do the second side. So same thing. Left leg as straight as you can possibly get it. You know what to do. Right foot stays parallel to the short line of the mat. And you're going to start twisting it out. So mixing between, and this time hook with the opposite finger, the forefinger in leaf position. And you're going to come to the left, come back through center. Noticing how it's different. We need to remember that we are a citizen of two worlds. The world within, so your inner world, and the world without. So the more effective your inner citizen, your inner world is, the better you will be a citizen of the outer world. It means that you know that all of this is God's and he can be returned, taken at any moment. But you can still be happy. You can still have faith. If happiness comes from the outside, then when those things are gone, happiness will disappear. But true happiness doesn't come from the outside. Happiness comes from within. And the more we identify with the world, the less happy we really are. So then again, what is your level of happiness on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, now we're going to go into that twist. The kingdom of God is within. Heaven is within each of us. It is the soul, the Atman. Okay, now we're going to pull it away. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go forward, stretch it out. How patient are you? Okay, pull it away. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Give the legs a shake. Let's go back to the mat and sit on a block. Okay, when you are on the block, pull the legs in, push the right leg out, and begin to lift the right leg up and down. Draw the toes back towards the shins. And then just lift that right leg up and down. Eighteen, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. 11, 10. Keep the torso straight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it. $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in. Push over all fours. Scoot the block out of the way. Press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring the right leg forward. Drop over to the outside of the right foot. You can walk the hands forward. You can have them on blocks.
Same line.
Mm-hmm. No, your feet?
Yeah.
No, just so like if you step forward from downward facing dog. So you'd have that same line from the foot coming back to the front. But the feet are in the same line.
You on the outside of the foot, right?
Yes, on the outside. Mm-hmm. Level the hips. Good. Thomas is also doing the right thing. What we were talking about in one of the classes recently. Even though it can be different than what the world would say, you're doing the right thing. Take the foot flat. So the feet, try to have both feet, so all 10 toes pointing towards the front. Slide the left hand in towards that right leg a bit, and then just lift the right arm up. So it's a little different than revolved triangle. So we're just having the feet straight. It could change the balance for you a bit. You can have micro bends in the knees, that's fine. Go ahead, release. Press back, downward facing dog. Come to that forward plank. So feel free to stay in forward plank. You can drop to the knees if you want, but we're going to do that same thing that we did earlier. So the torso stays straight, but from the hips down, we flip to one side and then the other side. 27. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish it if you need to. Press back down facing dog. Second leg comes forwards. We take the foot to its side. So in your own life, are you purifying as much as you can? Because we need to hold ourselves to higher standards. Because we have more knowledge. We have a practice. Are you the same person that you were last year? Do you have the same attachments, the same aversions? Why, if so? Examine now, especially now it's the end of the year. Examine what's going on, who you are. You have to know yourself. You have to know what is tapas for you. What is purification for you? What is patience for you? What is burning that which you don't need within you? What is doing the right thing for you on this journey right now? Couple more breaths. So maybe 2 or 3 more breaths, and then you'll take the foot flat. You'll slide the right hand to the center, and you'll bring the left arm up. So like, for example, let's say someone that's Mother Teresa. Say that she was still alive and someone offered her a movie deal or a book deal just for herself. And she's like, oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I'll do that. And she walked away from everything that she had been doing for this movie deal. Because she was so excited because Glenn Close was going to play her. That would not be acceptable. That would not, we would be like, whoa, what's going on here? That would not be tapas for her. That would not be doing the right thing. Whereas if someone who had a lot of money decided, whoa, this isn't going to help me, and then started giving this money away to charities, to organizations, to organizations that inspired him, that would be tapas. And release. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Drop down to the knees. As soon as you drop down to the knees, your right arm comes forward, left leg goes out. Hips parallel. Keep the the right arm exactly where it is. Bring the right knee in and see if you can touch the back of the left leg, touch the back of the left arm somewhere. So bring it forward and push it back. Keep doing that. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it in. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it away out from each other for a breath and then switch sides. Oh.
I'm a little sweaty.
So same thing, we're just going to pause here. Try to get really firm on that left leg. You need to really ask yourself, what kind of citizen am I of my inner world? Is there a lot of hate in my inner world? Is there a lot of sadness in my inner world? Is there a lot of envy in my inner world? Okay, you're going to start bringing it in and push it out. That's why the mantra that we have, some of us have tattooed on ourselves. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings in all worlds be happy. That means every cell inside of you, every drop of blood inside of you. Because every thought you think affects everything inside of you. So what is your inner world? What are the citizens of your inner world like? A bit more, we're almost done. We'll say I'll start at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in and hold. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it back and hold. Release. Press back, downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank. Let's twist it out. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Drop to the knees and walk the arms forward. So take the torso to the floor and just walk it forward. Let's just stay here for a couple breaths. Go ahead and slide it through. Either come into Sphinx or Cobra. With the exhalation, release. Let's go into a one-legged bow. So I want both hands or strap to grab the right foot. And then inhale, lift. Sorry, exhale. Let's do the exhalation. I want exhale, lift.
Exhalation, lift, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And then the inhalation will release. So doing that a few times. Next time you lift and hold. Release down. Let's do the second side. It's the same thing. Exhaling, you lift up. Lift and hold. And release. You can do it again, one leg at a time, or both legs. Or you can go Sphinx or Cobra. That would be perfectly fine too if you're not feeling Dhanurasana. You decide. So Same thing, exhale as you lift.
That's that twisting right there.
Right? Yeah, we did a lot of twisting.
I need that.
Good for me.
Hopefully it's gonna move something, maybe a thought,
Mm-hmm.
some food. Lift and hold. And release. Let's take Makrasana for a few breaths. Couple more really fluid breaths here. The next inhalation, push up to all fours. Swing the legs to the right. Let's go into Paschimottanasana. So we're going to be here for a few breaths. So if you need to have blocks, that's fine. You can have blocks for the arms, you can have blocks for the head. You want to roll a blanket and put a blanket underneath the knees, or a bolster if you have a bolster. Whatever you need to do so you can settle into it, because we're going to be here for a bit. So everyone knows my favorite Bible verse. Be still and know that I am God. You can never be still. You will never know who you are. You will never recognize that God is closer to you than your own heart, as long as you identify your happiness with the things of the world. That will keep you in flux. The emotions will be fluctuating. The mind will be all over the place. because we'll be afraid of losing something. We'll be waiting to see if we get something. So you will never have that awareness. None of us will. Be still and know that I am God. As long as you are identifying with your happiness with the world, you will never, ever, ever come to understand true happiness, which is who you are. God is that bliss that is beyond anything in the world. So what is it you're seeking? What is tapas for you? Faith and stillness go hand in hand. With the inhalation, bring it up. Let's go straight to the back to a contemplation. So legs up, you can use the wall if you want. Arms, palms facing each other. So we know that we are a citizen of two worlds. So what kind of citizen are you? In your inner world, and that'll give you a very good indication of what kind of citizen you are in the outer world. The next inhalation, go ahead, release the hands. If you're next to the wall, feel free to stay on the wall. So you have a couple of options. If you're not on the wall, go into a happy baby pose, that would be perfectly fine. Otherwise, take the feet down, slide the feet out like you're doing a wide-legged squat. So separate the feet. Okay, separate your feet just a little bit more. Yeah. So just like if I were to come over and lift you up, you would be in the squat position. Try to press the feet into the wall. So it's somewhat active. So if you're on the wall, do this. If you want, slide away from the wall, you can do happy baby. So we're gonna be here for a couple breaths. This is a nice way to soften the lower back a little bit. You can slide the feet as close to the, like if they were coming down the wall towards the floor is comfortable too. Go ahead and push, if you're on the wall, push the legs up straight. If you're not on the wall, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do it with, that didn't sound good. So slide take the right ankle, place it to the outside of the left knee. Begin to bend the left leg. If you want, you can push the leg away, the right leg away, but you don't have to. You can use your hand to push it away just to get a little bit of, so right. So just a nice way to stretch.
Hey guys, I'm coughing.
That was me.
Dad, let me know. You're so ridiculous.
In the meantime, Rachel's saying he's not that funny. Switch sides.
After having little kids, dogs always remind me of little kids.
Oh, right?
They're just the same.
I definitely feel like I have 3 little boys in the house.
Yeah, for sure you do. You're very dramatic.
Yes.
There's no difference.
buddy. Robbie. Come on. Come on. Robbie, come here.
He's taking his time. Yeah.
Robbie, come on. You got him there and shut down.
Guys, I'm better now. I got out.
I saw this in my Bubby's hair. And release. And then let's come back to the mat and let's just do whatever twist you feel like doing. So Darden said, but Rishi, he is that funny. Oh. Encore performance.
He's at the gate. Come on, Rishi. Oh, Rishi. So sad.
Just let me come in there.
Yeah, just for a minute. I didn't know we were taking turns.
I'm ready. Miss Conway wants to know if Robbie was coming in for an encore performance or is he giving the hint that it's time for everyone to be on?
No. It's like if one dog licks his lips in the house, the other dog goes and sniffs his mouth. Like, did you just eat something?
Right.
Which one? Always checking it out.
Did you get a treat?
Yeah, like, fuck, did I miss it?
I'm not happy. Switch the twist to the second side.
Like when you like, you know, like we were like suffering is optional. It's like, if only dogs knew.
Right. G will tell Rishi all the time, you're making yourself miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll just look at the food and just put his head down. The funniest is when the boys, like, we've given them, like, whatever G's make for lunch. Rishi will eat all of his. Sometimes Rafi and Remy don't eat all of theirs. And when they eat it all, Rishi's just so disturbed because if they don't eat it, he'll get it. And Robin was eating some black-eyed peas and it looked like he was going to finish them and Rishi was just like, and he turned his head and went, just couldn't look anymore.
I can't watch. So ridiculous. So funny.
And then unwind, come to the back, and let's get ready for relaxation. Making any adjustments so that the body can become totally quiet. Totally still. And then we allow the space at the crown of the head to relax. The space in between the eyebrows, relax. Temples, relax. Eyes, nose, mouth, relax. Chin, jawline, ears, relax. Neck, throat, relax. Shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, relax. Wrist, palms, fingers, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax. Chest, belly, all the internal organs. Relax. Hips, buttocks. Relax. Thighs, knees, shins, calves. Relax. Ankles, heels, arches, tops of the feet, balls of the feet, toes. Relax. The entire body has become totally, completely relaxed. We are all getting fried. Don't jump out of the pan before you get fried completely. Just be comfortable inside it. If you jump out of the pot, nobody will eat you. Who will eat a half-fried donut? That's probably why it's called a donut. Do not jump out. So have complete trust in God. Everything else will happen by itself. Your life will be smooth sailing. Let's not have unnecessary worry about anything. Yes, I know sometimes we are worried about the future of the world. What will happen? They are piling up arms and ammunition and nuclear this and nuclear that. What are you going to accomplish with your worry? Worry doesn't help. If you remain calm and peaceful, you will know what to do. Just do your part and leave the rest to God. Now returning to the breath, directing it to the toes and fingers, and gently begin to wiggle them. Then allowing the body to stretch and to move as if for the first time today. And when the body is ready, bringing it to a seated posture. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhus Chasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhakbhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience prosperity in everything. May all be free from suffering. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. See you tomorrow.